Hello! Welcome to BUNKERCAST episode 2. I'm Tom, I'm joined with Rob, and this is the second episode of our monthly podcast. So we're from the bunker, and there was some really good uptake from the last podcast,
Yes.
wasn't there?
Yeah.
So viewers on YouTube will probably have noticed that we haven't sort of gone to space. We've actually invested in a green screen because we took on board the feedback of the echoes and the sound quality from the previous one, because we were in a large hall, which we think is the reason why it was echoey.
Yeah.
We've actually moved it into my living room. There we go. So we've got a green screen. We can be anywhere. We could be on Hoth.
We could be on Hoth.
We could be. That's the limit of our imagination.
that's the limit of imagination.
Arrakis. We could be on June.
Yeah, we could be on June.
Could be on June.
We could be aboard the USS Enterprise.
We could be on board the USS Enterprise. Be anywhere. That's
or we could be in Swindon.
Or we could just be in Swindon at the roundabout. Yeah, that's the magic of green screens. But yeah, we'll have a play and see what it's like. But welcome to episode 2. Thank you to everyone who watched and sort of bigged up the last one. It was actually really good. We really enjoyed reading the comments and such.
Surprising.
So.
I mean, I still haven't seen stats for the Spotify version.
No, we put it out on Spotify, so welcome if you're listening along, painting along on Spotify. I think there's 217 impressions, whatever that means. I don't really know, but we'll put them out on Spotify. To us, it's not. We don't really chase the views, do we? All the listens. We just sort of put it out there so that people can be involved, which is great. There you go. So, what's the plan for today, Rob? What's the agenda?
We got a bit going. First, let's just say, how are you? How are you? What you've been doing since I spoke to you about 5 minutes ago, but these guys don't know that.
Since last month. I'm good. Very busy as always. So we've sort of started picking up some more sort of Warhammer games, I suppose.
Well, we've always played Warhammer, but we've got a new one.
So I've painted an entire copy of Scabentide so that we can try Spearhead, which we've just played and we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
Necromunda Hype Secundus. I've been building and painting that up.
Yep.
Made as a Necromunda table, which you need to jump over to our Instagram or what's it called?
Facebook, Discord.
All the links are below anyway, where there's all photos and stuff like that. So we've made like a fully 3D under hell, basically. Yes. For when we come to a campaign later on, which will probably span the course of 2025 to be knowing this, but there you go. And yeah, just lots of things. Really cool. We took on a new supplier.
Oh, yes.
Called North Star Figures. So Nick big shout out to Nick if he's listening. So they sell right up our alley, really. It's all the little games no one else has heard of or has in their shop.
Mainly Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, so they sell things like, I say, no, it's probably the wrong way of saying it, isn't it? Little games no one sells. The popular games, big games, we love them. So like Dead Man's Hand.
Yes.
Stargrave. I've been really intrigued with Stargrave. I think that's one I want to add to the Let's Have a Look at Stargrave down the line. Gaslands. We've now got access to, if people want us to sell historical items. Bolt Action's one that I like the look of. Loads of board games, Masters of the Universe, Wolfenstein.
That looks cool.
It looks cool. And they're really nice guys. North Star, they're really sound. So yeah, it's been a real pleasure sort of becoming part of their chain, I guess. So the bunker's growing, I guess. So we've now got an eBay store. I'll put a link below. So we thought website's great, but it doesn't get a massive amount of traction on the shopping because obviously we're not known. There are big players out there, been there for decades, which is absolutely understandable. However, eBay, people across the world now get to see us. So I'll put the link for the eBay store below. We sell things like paints and box sets and stuff like that. If you just want to go, hey, I'll grab a paint just to support them, that'd be amazing. But busy. That's a long, round way of saying busy. Lots of hobby, excitement coming. I've really enjoyed painting the Age of Sigmar miniatures.
Yeah,
I really have enjoyed it.
That was good fun when we played Spearhead, but again, we'll go into that later.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Myself, mainly work, trying to paint up things. I finished with Dead Man's Hand Army, which was in the latest video.
Yes.
Army, gang, should I say, sorry?
The ladies.
The ladies.
Imagine.
They haven't done very well yet.
No.
But I also bought the Pinkertons off you and the Cavalry off you.
Yeah, right. So
full on. Yeah, I've got too much.
Full on. I like the Renegade Indians, me.
Yeah, they look cool.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of variety in there. In the game, sorry, and
yeah, I agree.
I'm excited to use all of it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game. It's good fun, and we'll be recording more of it. And like, I know there's people out there that want us to have a game.
Yeah.
And so that'll happen. But yeah, it's good fun, and it's a really good game system, isn't it?
It's really simple.
Now I'm excited.
Really
I've been told amazing things about Stargrave. So if anyone out there plays Stargrave, comment, let me know. But I've been told it's brilliant, and we would really love it.
I'm sure we would.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play anything basically, won't we? So we'll give anything a go. If we don't like something, we won't play it again. We've said that before, haven't we? So like, if you look at the sort of like the Age of Sigmar side of things, that we thought, well, let's get the box, let's have a go. We really like Spearhead. It's a really good game. They seem to have really sort of listened to what the community wants. Quick, easy, fun. Miniatures are beautiful.
Yes, right.
You can't go far wrong with it, I don't think.
No.
So that's one that'll stay now for us. And also when we get to the stage we've got a venue, like little Spearhead tournaments and stuff like that, I think the things that those tabletop beer and pretzel style games are what interest me, rather than let's put 10,000 points down.
I'm more into the small games myself. But
Stargrave apparently is really, really cool. So I think we need to maybe look into that and get some more Gaslands going, because that's really good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Gaslands is a good laugh.
Seen Asda yesterday looking at toy cars again.
I know.
I've still got all my toy cars to paint up still, but hey.
Yes, I think I'd probably make a new team.
Yes.
But anyway.
So apart from Dead Man's Hand, I've been painting up the Necromunda. I forgot what it's called. Hypsecundus. Literally said it 4 times this podcast already, but hey.
So you're doing the Malstrains?
I'm doing the Malstrains, yeah. And again, if you look at my Instagram, you'll see photos of it all.
Yeah.
They're really easy. They're really simple. And they're coming along quite nicely. But I just need another week to finish them off.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, yeah.
But,
yeah. And obviously the plan there is that we're going to play the campaign out of the box,
yes.
aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we just think that'd be really good fun. It's 2-player. It's table. It's like kitchen table sort of like isn't it? Which again really appeals. So I'm taking the Tech Hunters led by an Horus Spire.
Yeah.
So interestingly, the new book's gone up for pre-order.
Yes.
Which I think we're probably going to talk about more in depth, aren't we? But you can do an Underhell campaign with that book. So it's the first time that they've said you can do it, but you have to be within this area, which is quite interesting. Exciting things for Necromunda coming up.
But we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Right. So the first official thing we need to do is apologise for the shambles of a competition we ran last.
What do you mean shambles?
Well, we had 8 people who commented on YouTube, which is fine, but the people on the podcast, listening to the podcast, couldn't do nothing.
Why?
Because we didn't put a link for it.
Oh.
So we apologise for that.
Okay.
I'm blaming Tom. He'll blame me. But we did have 8 people comment properly. I survived.
Okay. Yeah.
We had, I'm going to butcher names now, Nick Graney,
okay.
Who would like some Armada if he wins.
Oh, is that the game? What?
Yes.
Kings of War Armada?
I assume so. He just put Armada. So I'm going with Kings of War.
Okay.
Sorry, Nick.
Got any of that old Star Wars shit out back? No, we're joking, Nick. We'll reach out if you win.
We got Mad Cat.
Yeah.
Who wants Conquest?
Oh, okay.
Again, this one, I can't even read my own writing. The Gallo MDK. Who wants Dead Zone?
Okay.
Russell Kibbard, who likes DMH, or Dead Man's Hand, sorry.
I'm assuming that's Dead Man's Hand. Hi, Russell.
Dan Kennedy, friend of the podcast, likes Conquest.
Yeah, so Dan, we've met Dan in person before, haven't we, when we went to an event? So
yeah. We got a Space Pirate, who wants Traveller.
Oh, okay, the RPG Traveller.
Yeah,
so interestingly, whoever you are out there, do let us know, because we've been inside Mongoose quite a few times. That sounded really bad.
You've been in the Mongoose several times.
No, Matt,
different podcast.
Yeah, Matt and the team at Mongoose are lovely.
Yes,
they are really lovely. And we put a statement out there. We want to do RPGs, but organising the number of people we need to get together at the same time is a lot more challenging than what you could ever imagine. And we don't want to do it online because it takes something away from it. I get people out there that do the role plays online and that. If you're enjoying it, that's great. Have a fantastic time. For us, we like to get around the table and just have a laugh. It's more sort of.
I don't want to sit in my living room and play a game.
I sit at home all day with work. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I like to
Socialise.
Socialise, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Space Pirate, and we got Kirk the Viking,
Oh,
who likes sludge, which I did have a look into, and it looks kind of cool. But I have no idea what we'd give away for it.
is that like Diesel Pond?
I think so. It was very strange. I need to look into it more because it looked pretty cool. But
I think it's like from what I've seen, the models are like 3 to a base.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and it's all sort of like World War One if it went wrong.
Yeah.
More wrong, should we say.
But he also liked Fallout Wasteland Warfare, which big love.
Yeah.
Infinity and Stargrave.
Oh, Stargrave.
So we'll choose one of those instead of Sludge. No offense.
So that's the list of 1 through to 8, yeah?
1 to 7, sorry. So we've got a D8. You can see it. If you can't see it on podcast. Can you?
Well, you can't see it on podcast. You're just going to have to believe us that.
If we roll an 8, I'll keep it for myself.
There you go. It's an 8. No, it's not. It's a 3.
It's a 3. So it's, again, apologise for butchering this name, the Gallo MDK Dead Zone.
Okay.
So we'll look for a box set of Dead Zone, and we'll get in contact, and we'll bring you some models.
Yeah. So Gallo MDK, we have, it's probably easier if you join our Discord if you're not already on it and directly message one of us. Alternatively, you can send us an email. So well done, you have won the prize from the first month, and we'll send you something nice in the post for Dead Zone. We've got some Dead Zone stuff.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to give money straight to you then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, why? Are you paying for it?
I'm paying for this one.
You can have £100 box set.
You can get fucked.
No, we've got some of the new Enforcer stuff and things like that.
Okay.
Might be quite interesting.
Yeah. We'll sort something out.
We'll see, yeah, we'll sort something out. But yeah, drop a contact with us. Obviously, if you don't get in contact with us, there's not much we can do because we need to know where to post it.
Good point,
so, yeah, but there you go.
We'll do another comp at the end.
Yeah.
So you got to listen all the way through. There might be questions.
Right, all right, okay.
I don't know. Probably not. So that takes us out of our second segment.
Okay.
I think.
See, Rob organises this.
I'm trying to organise.
It's needed because otherwise it just turns into absolute nonsense.
And then we're going to go into our third segment. This is going fast this week.
Okay, yeah.
Season talk.
Oh, okay.
Now, we've just finished the season, as you heard in the last podcast.
Yeah.
We haven't started another one yet because we're slow.
I think it's more because we like to do it properly.
Yeah.
It's still at the end of the day, it's still our hobby, isn't it? So it's like we play because we enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we do is a bit slapdash. We know that, but we ain't a multi-million-pound
What are you talking about?
company.
We're totally professional.
Yeah, we have got a green background
now. Welcome to the green room.
Yeah, we've got a green background. Yeah. There you go.
So we're starting Hive Secundus between me and you.
Yes.
We're going to play the box set, aren't we?
Yeah, so this is going to be our next
season.
Because it's 6 linked games. So my Horus Spire is taking his hunting party, which is a lot less models than what I first thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Into the Underhell, and he'll fight against the recycling forces of the Malstrains.
Yes.
Basically. And we're going to play them in probably blobs of 2, aren't we? So we'll release maybe one, then another one over the space of a couple of weeks. Have a little break, then one, then another one. Little break, one, then another one. Because then it obviously it allows us to play.
It's going to be a 2-3 month burn, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we will play every single one. We can guarantee that to you.
Yeah.
And we will also record the after game, what's happening.
Yeah.
Do little story recaps, things like that. Because we love Necromunda. It's the story is what it's all about.
Yeah, the setting, again, the 40k setting is amazing.
Yeah, the lore.
The lore and the setting of Munda itself is amazing.
Really, really cool. And that's what interests us. And we'd rather take a bit longer to put it out and do it properly from our perspective. Yeah. So, for example, the first 2, we're going to use just what is in the Secundus box.
So, paper mat.
Everything just in the box.
Yeah.
Well, then for the next one, we're going to add the data stacks.
I think we're going to try and add the walls.
And I'm also basically saving up to buy enough walls to do all of the ruined thing out of Games Workshop terrain. Now, the reason we're doing that as well is because after that fact, I want to build a proper Underhell board.
We've built it already, haven't we?
Yeah, well, we've got an Underhive, haven't we?
Well, yeah, but...
So I'm thinking doing basically add a few more tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with some more sort of ruined stuff and things like that, which I think would be cool. And it's just more variety basically.
And you can see where you go from box game to full on Necromunda mentalness, really.
Yeah, so like for the second two, we might just add the data stacks and say, so you know, you can spend 30 quid and get yourself 2 data stacks, and that adds a bit more to the game. And then we might be like, right, now you can actually, this is how you can do it full. Now we're going to turn those into tiles to add to it. So we've got the ability to have a larger game.
Yeah.
We've got the ability to have some cool tables in a venue, for example, that people can come and play Munda on. Yeah. You know, stuff that's not shit, basically, is the idea. So and that's where we'll go, sort of like stage by stage. Because there's lots of people out there that might just dip the toes into Necromunda with Hive Secundus, and they need to see that you don't need to spend another £200 on terrain to play the game. Yes, you don't.
I say it's very much when N17 was released and you had the cardboard tiles. Yeah. And I actually quite enjoyed that. Don't get me wrong, Munda's meant to be a 3D sprawling hive city. But it's
cool though, isn't it? Like,
but it was a nice little box game.
Yeah. Plus as well, for me, it's like the underhive, the corridors and the claustrophobia and stuff like that work really well with the idea of gene stealers, because they trigger like the aliens and aliens things as well. Spire hunters. Yeah. Are they around the corner? Is he on the roof? You know what I mean? All this sort of thing. I think that's cool. Obviously, when it gets to playing other games, we'll have the verticality as well, because it uses the full rules. But I like the confines of, hey, you can bounce a grenade off a wall and stuff like that. I think that's cool. But yeah, so that's the plan. We love Munda, and we're going to play it. And then obviously next year, I think it'll probably be next year, we'll do like a proper Underhell campaign, because everyone's building up their gangs. We do everything fully painted, fully finished off. You know, there's no half measures. Basically, that's the plan anyway.
That's the plan. Whether or not it'll come through, hey. But that does bring us into news and new stuff. Yeah. So the new Munda stuff is pre-ordered yesterday.
Yeah.
So we caveat this is the 8th. Is it the 18th today?
Yeah, so the record, yes.
Time of recording.
I don't know. It's 18th. So at the time of recording, the pre-order went live yesterday. So what did you get, Rob? I've got it just when he's drinking. That.
Sorry. I went with just the book and the gang cards for now.
Okay.
Mainly because I want to get the book and see what happens. I will get the Spirers, don't get me wrong, but they're not going anywhere anytime soon. The card packs seem to go like quick sharp.
So I ordered the book, both packs of cards, and the Spires. So I've obviously got the Auras, because I was like, well, I don't need 2 more Auras. However, I'm blowing your mind in a minute from what I've been seeing from watching Guerrilla Miniatures game, Ash. He did the book. And I'm glad I ordered everything, because in an Underhell campaign, so you can have vehicles, because apparently the Ash Wall was sealed off and there were gangs of people that have like made little tribal towns and they've got cars. So you can use all vehicles. Okay. But if you go in the Underhell, you have to have a Spire leading your gang.
Oh, okay. So you can't use a normal gang?
Not from what I've seen. So you use normal blokes. Yeah. So you use any house gang, squats, the police dudes, anything. But they have to have a Spire with them, from what I understand. Okay. And it can be any of the Spires, but they basically put together a team to go in, because this is where the only thing the Spire wants to do is go in, claim heads, and basically say, hey, look how great I am. Whereas the actual Underhell is full of, and obviously it's loads of creds and all the technology and stuff like that. I will have to read it properly, but from what I understand, you have to have a Spire.
Okay, so I haven't actually seen anything on the new book yet. Yeah. I know Some City Radio have done one, I haven't got around to listen to it yet. So.
From what I understand, you have to have a Spire, which kind of makes sense, because otherwise, if you were like, oh, here's my Orlok gang with 10 men, and I go, well, here's my 4-model Spire gang, they're just going to butcher them, at least then you have
a way to fight that.
Yeah, and you can add in things like the Tech Hunter and all this sort of thing. And so from what I understand, we obviously need to have a good read of the book.
Yes,
but it would be really cool. Yeah, and it kind of makes sense, I think, to me, that like you'd have to either be crazy or really tech heavy to go in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's the data crystals, isn't it? So in the campaign we're doing, you're trying to grab. Well, your Vans are trying to grab the data crystals. And then they can swap those for tech. So you've got 4 different types of guy. Yeah. You got the guy that can grab data crystals. Okay. You got a gun maker. You got a wargame maker, and you got basically a doctor, a rogue doctor. You can only have 2 of each in each gang.
All right, fair enough.
So you're gonna have to go careful with how these guys you build. Bear in mind, your Aura Spira can be 600 credits at max, I think.
600 credits for one model?
Yeah, he's 350 off the bat, And then if you give them all the upgrades, it comes in at something like 600 credits.
So it's interesting. So obviously you do 1,000 credits, don't you, to start with for your campaign?
This was 1250. You get a little bit more.
No, so when it's like a proper multiple people are playing in a campaign with territories and all this sort of thing. So you start with 1,000 credits. The Spires only have 4 models.
Yeah.
If you're doing pure Spires,
you're probably not going to get those.
And one of those realistically isn't an Aura Spire.
Well, yeah.
It's the little ones. So it is that box set basically.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you get so much rep or whatever, they'll send another Spire down to join your team.
Okay.
So they're pretty nasty, I think. But that's the only way they can increase their numbers. But they individually just become like superhumans, don't they?
Yeah. They always were, weren't they? Always silly hard.
They're a little bit sort of like darker now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So like now, it used to be that they just put the outfit on, but now like they get augmented into it.
Okay.
Like their arms took off and legs took off and they get like welded into these Spire suits.
A bit like a dreadnought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. It's interesting. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the idea is there'll be hopefully 4 of us playing.
Yeah.
And we'll sort of do it all of next year and try and sort of get at least a game a month in. That's the plan, because otherwise it just takes too long and you forget what's going on. Doesn't it? But we'll track it all with everything we can, stuff like that. So to watch out for that, basically.
Yeah.
Anything else new?
That brings me around to my next pre-release that I backed yesterday. I spent so much money yesterday. Dead Man's Hand.
All right.
The Good are being released.
I've seen this.
So it's the next, I don't know, the second wave, I guess. So you've had the Redux box come out, which was a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, which was like their way of resetting it, wasn't it? And sort of taking on board all the play testing and stuff like that. Yeah.
And now the Good are coming out, which is going to be all the good factions.
All right.
So your state police, your rangers, Women of the West, is it? I can't remember. Ladies of the West?
Right, yeah.
Daughters of the West.
Daughters of the West.
Sorry, that's the one. Which, I mean, I can now translate my...
Make them into a Daughters of the West gang. Yeah.
So, that's nice and easy.
No, that's cool, isn't it?
I don't remember seeing the Pinkertons in there, which is annoying, or the cavalry.
I don't. Well, I'm not certain if you Southern cavalry will be in the good. So I'm assuming then, I'm guessing there'll be a book that's the bad and a book that's the ugly. Maybe.
I'm guessing so. Yeah.
Yeah. But you ordered it, didn't you? So obviously we'll get all this in from North Star as soon as we can to put on the eBay.
Yeah.
But
I bought it direct because I wanted it straight away.
A Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, you get, is it Clint Eastwood?
It looks like the man with no name.
Bill, I thought it was.
It's a guy, he's got the poncho, it's the man with no name. It looks like Clint Eastwood.
I can't remember.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. Because I was tempted and then I was like, why would I do that? Interesting. Yeah. Basically, it's more crews.
Yeah, more crews, more rules. Again, I assume they've tweaked them a little bit from the last, because these are all existing posses. But I assume they've tweaked them a little bit to fit in the new rule set.
Yeah, which is kind of what you wanted. Yeah. No, that's fair play. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, brilliant.
So that's coming. And
then if there's anything else new, what else have you got down?
I've got our AOS game. Have you got anything?
So I've just been sort of powering through, sort of getting everything painted. We had a game, and it's not really new, but we get board games sent by Gale Force 9. So Gale Force 9, if you're out there, thank you. Because we bought
everything you've got.
Yeah, Rob's already bought everything we've got. And I guess it goes on to, so I'm actually quite looking forward to trying out this board game. And now I have a copy of this here.
Here's one we got given earlier.
So that's Star Trek Ascendancy, which is a universe building board game. I mean, I love Star Trek. You love Star Trek. It's 3-player, which is nice. So we're going to sit down with Leo and play it, aren't we? So you can command the Federation, Klingons or Romulans and shape the galaxy, discovering strange new worlds. And you can encounter alien cultures, expand, colonize, or conquer, depending on what you want to do or who you are, I imagine. So very interesting. I'm excited to have a look because there's like little miniature spaceships and miniature space stations. And it seems like a really, really good resource management expansion game. So if anyone out there has played this, please let us know, because you can get loads of expansions for it, Rob.
Yes.
So you can go and obviously we'll try and play this first because if it just wrecks our minds, then it might. But it does say it takes you an hour to play per player.
Okay, so 3 of us for 3 hours. Ooh, so that's a big game
It's
then.
a big game. So I didn't realise that beforehand. So I'm wondering if we maybe need to do this on a weekend.
Maybe.
Because I think that is I think this can be quite in depth, which is great.
Yeah, which is what Gale Force 9 seem to do really, really well.
Yeah.
One of my favourite games is the Firefly game.
Yeah.
Which, again, I ended up buying a box to hold it all for 140 quid or whatever it was when they re-released it on the Kickstarter. Because I had all the expansions, so I didn't bother doing the whole thing. I just bought the box and the new bits. But yeah, this huge box came in the post, and my wife went, "What's that?" I went, "It's just a cardboard box, really."
Hang on a minute. You spent £140 on a box?
Pretty much.
What, it was made of card?
Yeah, it had some bits in it to, put all your bits in.
No, so
I mean, it in my mind, it was well worth it.
Yeah, well,
and I got a load of
Kickstarter
Kickstarter exclusives.
Yeah,
but my wife did look at me like I was gonna get murdered.
I don't know what would happen if I said to Joe, I've spent £140 on a cardboard box. the next podcast would just be Rob sat here by himself. I know exactly what happened. I don't even need to pretend. I know exactly what happened.
I'm just sat in your house randomly.
Yes, yeah, but there you go. So I'm excited for that. We may need to change our schedule a little bit just because I think that I didn't realise 1 hour. Yeah, let's be honest. When it's us, that's more like going to be a full day for 3 of us to learn this game. But yeah, interesting. I really like the idea of that. We've also got the other one, the Pirates of Skydock.
Yes.
Which they very kindly sent to us again for free as complimentary. So Leo's got that. He's learning the rules of that now. So maybe we'll do that next week just for a while. But yeah, so there we go. That's what, I'm excited for those sort of things. Yeah. I think it has been as with all things, like Games Workshop's like buses, isn't it? Nothing interests me for a long time, then it all comes at once. Literally like that. But yeah, I think the Necromunda and the AOS I'm sold on. Absolutely sold on. Yeah.
Well, again, that's our next one is Spearhead, which we just played and we did allude to earlier. Now, I say I'm not a massive army building, fighting kind of guy. I did like Firefight. That was very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, your 40Ks and your AOSs, I'd play them, don't get me wrong.
You're not a large-scale game person, is safe to say, innit? Skirmish games, fun little games, tabletop, beer and pretzels, kitchen tabletop games. I think it's probably both what we both like. I really enjoy those games as well. So I picked up Age of Sigmar, the Skaven Tide, and I thought, you know what, I'll give this a punt because I like painting the models. I've always liked the Skaven as a sort of idea. I think they're cool. And and I was actually blown. This is the first time I've opened a box and just gone, oh my God, they aren't messing about.
Yeah.
So that's your Age of Sigmar hardback rulebook. Yeah. It's a beautiful book. I don't even know how many pages because I've not even opened it. 274 pages. If you want to play it on a 5x4 board and have big battles and stuff, and that's great, and it probably is something that we'll try, So that's that. But also in the book, which I was amazed with, was Fire and Jade, which is the Spearhead rules. Now, this book contains everything you need to play Spearhead.
Yeah, it's actually your rules and your codexes, effectively.
Yes. Yeah. So it's got the rules for the game,
which are surprisingly short as well.
And then all of the spearheads are in here. All the different races have a spearhead, or 2 spearheads, I think.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of...
And it shows you how to play. And it's even got the base rules for Age of Sigmar in there. What a fantastic book that is, just to have everything in. Now, this is the first time at Games Workshop, I think, have stepped forward and just gone, actually, we can put everything in one book. And when we do, it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
There's no messing about with this box. And I think they've absolutely hit the nail square on the head with Spearhead. Yeah. So you play it on a board where we have objectives are built into it, the zones are built into it. It's simple, it's quick, it's brutal. Yep. But we noticed, you can get chains to turn 1, stuff like that, but we were laughing and having such a good fun with it. And it's like, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, would I go to a Spearhead tournament? I'm not entirely certain, if I'm totally honest with you. But I do think Age of Sigmar doesn't attract that type of player.
No.
I think it's more, they're going to have beautiful armies and they're going to, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't go, I would try it. And I am interested to expand. I was thinking about getting another Skaventide so that we've got about 2,000 points of both arms, so we can try Age of Sigmar properly.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can have all the Spearhead stuff out of it. So we've got like the ability to have 2 Spearhead games and so on and so forth. Because I think Spearhead's where it's going to be for me.
Yeah, I must admit that interests me more than AOS.
The big game. Yeah. And it's one of those, and I like the idea of just having an army, being able to maybe look at like the LGT and stuff like that. I would never play 40k ever again in a competitive environment. I've had too many bad experiences with it. And I used to go to the LGT and play 40k and just think, what am I doing? Why have I spent 60 quid to be here? And the time with your mates, that's great, sort of thing. But you can do that down the pub, can't you?
Yeah.
And I used to look over at the Age of Sigmar players, and they'd all be laughing and having a beer and all this sort of thing. I just think, why I stood over there? You know what I mean? So we shall see. We shall see. I like Spearhead already. Yeah,
I say the game we played was carnage.
Yeah,
but insanely fun.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that took me. It was very the board is very small.
Yes,
and there's a lot of models on that board.
Yeah,
a lot of models on that board.
You are in combat straight away.
Yeah,
and it's like things like. A lot of things that can move 12 inches, 14 inches. When you look at like cavalry 14-inch move, do you know what I mean? Like you've got...
It feels too small almost, the board, sorry, or the game area.
I kind of like that though, because you're in straight away, aren't you?
I mean, your dwarves are going to get somewhere, I suppose.
Well, yeah. Fire Slayers, there and here. I mean, I've been looking at this book and just thinking, this is really, really cool.
I like the fact you can buy a box of Spearhead.
And they've done exactly what I thought they would. They've made Spearhead boxes. So the idea is you can go and say, hey, I fancy doing, I don't know, the Flesh Eater Court, Carrion Retainers. How bad? They look sick, don't they?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Oh, this is the problem now, isn't it? We're going to end up with all these things. I think we'll probably add an Orc or Goblin in, I think.
Well, I'm going to buy the Seraphim.
You're sold on the Seraphim.
I'm sold on the Seraphim.
I am quite sold on the Sons of Behemoth, Wall Smasher Storm, which is 3 giants, which I think that's quite amusing. Yeah. They don't look like they're that good, if I'm totally honest with you. I mean, obviously when they start hitting you, they are giants. But yeah, there we go. So, if you have the bits already, you can buy the Fire and Jade box set. So it's this book, the board, the terrain, and it's like a 40 quid box, whatever it is. So you can play. So if you already have old models, you can use them. Or if you want to use other models, do you know what I mean? You use whatever you want. The game is what's interesting me because it is really, really cool. Now,
but you have got specific units to use, haven't you? And they're already built up in their Spearheads.
Yeah, they're already. So the Spearhead is defined as to what you use. So there's none of this nonsense about, oh, well, I've took 12 of them because the beardy is fuck. It's like... You have to use X, Y, and Z. Yeah. That is it, basically. So, for example, the Stormcast Eternal Spearhead with Andrasa is £70 from Wheeling Games.
Yep.
Maggotkin won 70 quid, Sylvaneth won 70 quid. Seraphon £68, mate, from Wheeling Games. There you go. These prices will only be beaten by the bunker once we're selling it. They're about 70 quid. Oh, they're actually... Oh, God, hey.
What's he seen?
No, I'm nothing. I am not going to spend £70, wife. They're all about 70 quid. God, what's wrong with a flying boat there?
I was at I don't know what they're called, but the dwarfs, effectively.
So the Sons of Behemoth is £80.
The Sons of Behemoth.
The Behemoth.
You pronouncing that right? They can't be Behemoth.
The Behemoth. Sons of Behemoth. 68 quid for the Blades of Corn. Do you know what? Like, they're onto something here.
Yeah.
They're onto something.
But also, it gives you a nice base for an AOS army, doesn't it?
Well, that's it, isn't it?
All you got to do is spend another 400 quid to get to the tournament level.
Or buy multiple copies of Skaventide. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, I think that's a because I'm interested in this.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's a good option because it's cheap. The Stormcasts are good as well. Let's be honest, if we go to the LGT, I'll be taking the Stormcasts anyway. But I do like the Giants as well. And 3 models is like pretty easy to paint, but then it'll be like, I'm not far off an AOS army now. What? Smash. Anyway, but yeah, Spearheads, long story short, really enjoyed it. We're not just going to play Spearhead, but obviously we'll do a few more Spearheads. Rob's going to get his own. I might get the Giants so we can play them as well. But yeah,
we can do a 4-season
Yeah, we could do a season of Spearhead,
Yeah.
which is cool. I'm also interested in, because if we end up with like a gaming venue, I think there's the aspect of people being able to come and sit down and play that beer and pretzel style game of Warhammer without having to think, right, I'm here for 4 hours. And
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
What would it take us in the end? About an hour?
An hour, and that's we're learning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're crap.
Speak for yourself. I smashed you.
Yeah. Well, they'll watch that anyway. We'll have had the link, but yeah, I got absolutely smashed. So they're skipping ahead now. There you go. Need giants, that's what it is. See, that's how they get you in it. Shit, you need giants, lad. Multiple giants. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the AOS. Very enjoyable.
Yes.
Really
Yeah. I say, unfortunately, now I've got to go spend 70 quid on a Spearhead.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for it. I really do. I do. Actually, I wonder if it's going to be more fun buying multiple Spearheads than buying a big AOS army.
Maybe. I mean, that's kind of what happened with me and Dead Man's Hand and Necromunda and
just end up buying all
any other game that we've talked about.
Yeah. I just don't think we've really... It's getting on to like... I suppose this is a segue, really, isn't it? But when you get to the sort of age that we're at with jobs and stuff like that, it's the time.
Yeah.
It's the time for me to have a 3-hour game. And I'm not saying Age of Sigmar takes 3 hours. I've played the previous editions with our friend Ed and stuff like that. Really good fun. Playing with the right people. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. If you're playing with the right people, it's going to be fun. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. But it is 3 hours. Sometimes on an evening you think, bloody knackered, you know what I mean? Been at work all day. I just want to put a little board out and chuck some dice and have a laugh. Or go down Tom's Bunker venue and put a board out, buy a load of beer from there as well.
We're selling beer now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and play there. Well, there you
Fair
go. Which, may or may not happen next year, we shall see. But yeah, good fun. And I'm excited to try more of it, I think.
Yeah. So that brings me into 5, which was me buying a Lizardman army, or Seraphon army, sorry.
You can't call them Lizardmen anymore.
No. Copyrighted lizards, apparently. But we've got no other events or anything like that we're doing. So
well, there is an upcoming Drop Zone Commander event.
Sorry, yes, and I need to talk to you about that outside of this because I've been given the green light to go.
Yes.
But
run by Alex again.
Yeah.
Bottom of the barrel battle reports, Alex and the team, they're lovely people. So check them out. We are going to go. He's messaged me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring you, Alex. I truly aren't.
Don't worry, he messaged me and said, Tom's a fuck.
Yeah.
You're actually coming? And I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll talk to him.
Yeah. So basically, I just don't have time to do anything. I'm just like absolutely running around. So yeah, there's Drop Zone Commander coming up. I'm excited for that, 1750. I'm going to take the Scourge again. I'm going to add a few different units.
I'm going to take me Resistance again because I'm not buying another army and paying it up before then. But I might take the Behemoth.
Yeah, do it.
That was something I was doing earlier. I was painting. I started painting the Behemoth up. I have no idea how it works. We need to have a game of that.
We need to play the game, don't we? But it's so they're powerful but not overpowerful. So the Behemoths, if people are wondering what the hell are they talking about. So Drop Zone Commander's obviously 10 mil, 6 mil? Something like an epic skill sort of game, basically. And you drop it. We've played it before, so check it out on the channel. It's good fun, really tactical. But you can get Behemoths, which the spaceships overhead, they drop a Behemoth on these it smashes through buildings and stuff like that. And they have like lasers that can carve through buildings and do crazy sorts of level stuff. They're not game breaking because I still stand by those 300 or 500 points. You'd probably be better putting it in units. But it's a big killy thing, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, mine's not even the big one, is it?
No.
But because it's a light Behemoth.
I've got one. Well, the Scourge.
Have you actually got one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The Scourge have one, the light one, where it goes along and fires razor worms into things.
Lovely. Those are a pain in my ass.
Which is, there you go. Yeah. The living weapons, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
But so we're going to be going to that tournament. So when is it?
October.
Oh,
Can't remember the date. Oh, October.
So we've got
October 14th
before then. Yeah. Yeah, because this is August's podcast, isn't it? So it'll be September's. So in September's podcast, we'll tell you about the armies we're taking, all the plans, and that we've actually responded to Alex. So it's just like, it's crazy. I get it doesn't stop now. Now, I can't complain. This is great. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, when it comes to the dream is doing this full time, isn't it? and having a venue and stuff like that. And obviously, I want people to be contacting us. Please don't think, well, I'm not messaging that bastard. So do contact us.
You're probably better off contacting me. I'll try and reply at some point.
I try and come back to everybody, I truly do, but it can be woof. You know? But anyway, what's the next point, Rob?
Next point, I think that's it, to be honest. We're almost there. But new comp. If they've got this far, or should we do some shout-outs first?
I think so.
Let's do some shout-outs first.
I want to take a segue into this now. So what we're going to do now, and I'm going to introduce you to a company called LORESCAPE. That's not going to show up at all, is it? So LORESCAPE, they do these little tiles, and it was one of Joe's friends, and they're like little connectable together hexagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hexagons are the best of guns.
Yeah, hexagons. And you can connect them together, so they sort of slot together. And the idea is that it's a map. Now, I was chatting to the guys, because I was like, oh, I really like the idea of them. There's a Kickstarter, I think, or they've got like a website and stuff like that, and all the links are going to be put below. We're going to do a full proper video on this. But I was chatting to the guy, James, he's called, and he said, oh, I've sent you a little kit. I said, look, I'd love to do a video on this because, he's not paying us any money or anything like that. I said, because I like this. I like the idea of, I grew up with campaigns where you took territory and had a map. And this is a pre-done map.
Yeah.
So, he came and he said to me, okay, I'll send you all of it. So, let's crack it open. Yeah, so these little things are LORESCAPE, which are quite, I was taken by this.
Well, I'm just going to say, if you're still listening on the podcast, then this is going to mean absolutely nothing to you.
Basically, I've just got a load, I've got a load of hexagons and I'm just putting them together. So they're like little...
So there was something that Workshop did to this very, very long ago.
Like Mighty Empires.
Yeah, something like that. It's that, if you remember that.
So,
but cooler.
Yeah, the LORESCAPE team, basically, and we'll put all of their links below. It's LORESCAPE.gg. LORESCAPE.gg. And the idea is it's like a world that you can build. And obviously, he just gives us them 7 tiles there, which is lovely that they gave us them. But he then sent me an entire box. And I've not opened this yet. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to open it on, what now?
Do you reckon it's just a brick?
So here we go. Be careful when using scissors.
Yeah, you just always stab me in the arm there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he said, oh, what would you like? And I said, well, I'll have the islands one because I want to try and use it with dystopian wars. Oh my God.
Holy crap. Okay, so what on earth's what's going on here? Oh, those are like battle counters and stuff like that, or what? Musical. You can see that. I don't know if that's upside down or upside down now.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! It's in like an MDF box.
It's just very pretty.
Right.
So again, the medium of podcast doesn't understand what's going on, Tom. So please explain a little bit.
So this is quite. I wasn't expecting this. So it's basically 2 MDF boxes that are full of. They're called beta boxes for LORESCAPE, and they seem to be full of the tiles, which is cool. So if I'll open one up, Rob, and have a look, and we've got.
So these are all grasslands. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you could build a nice big green open space. You've got some
rivers and roads.
You've got rivers and roads, more grassland. So again, I think this would work well for something like a AOS campaign or something, or I'm trying to think of other games we play. Islandy.
Look at that.
Bits.
Oh wow.
So you can really build a world map with these.
So you can build look. I mean, the idea there is you can build a world, and there is. I mean, this is going to be bloody big, isn't it?
Yeah.
So each box then. So I've got this 4 stack there. $26.
I don't know how you.
There's 104 in each one.
So you know what you can use these for as well is some type of dead man's hand.
I mean, there's all sorts. And look,
Yeah.
that is just desert. So I appreciate.
Well, you say it's just desert. Is there what's underneath it?
I think they're all the same.
Now you got some more water.
Oh,
There you go. So you got an oceany
type things. How cool would it be to be able to actually have an ocean-based campaign?
Mm. But this is what I'm saying. You could quite happily you'd build a map and you'd almost stick it to the wall or something, and then you'd say, right, we're going to fight over this hex today. Set up your terrain, and then you put a little note on it saying Rob owns that, or Tom owns that, or Leo owns that, or whoever owns that. They're probably markers for people to put their names to or something, I guess.
Very, very wow.
Yeah.
Was not expecting to that at all. Thanks, guys. So I will do a proper video on that. How nice is that?
Mm.
Very impressed with that. Don't know what those bits are. And we've also got some little ones here as well. Look. Mixed biomes. And they're all sort of interchangeable then, aren't they? So that's like a selection. So obviously there's like a ruined futuristic world one, which is, obviously that's fine. I am very impressed with that.
Mm.
I'm wondering, I mean, and just to have boxes that are made of MDF that are printed properly, that's mega. What's that?
That's like a turn counter. I've seen them before, but or like a damage counter or something along those lines.
Victory point counter.
Victory point counter. Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Very nice.
Was not expecting that to come out of those boxes at all.
Oh, those are cool. I think you could do some really narrative campaigns with those.
And that interests me. Narrative campaigns interest me. That's what it was like. You'd have a big grid world where you could come out and you could be like, this is how it... And as they go together, so the guy, that when he was telling me, he was just like, I was just sticking these together or whatever. He was saying to me, the idea is you can stack them as well. So you could have like a bit of undulation there, and you can play Battletech on it.
Okay.
Because they're all hexagons. You see what I mean? This, absolutely, that's blown my mind.
Mm.
Very,
cool.
very, 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 very cool.
I'd like to see the other ones they've got, I must admit.
Yeah, so I just selected one, but I wasn't. I thought I'd just, you sort of think, it's just going to be a bit of sea and a bit of. But that is insane.
Yeah, you can make multiple maps out of those boxes.
I bet you could have a good time there, just literally building a world map.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's how you would put them together to stay together. I don't really know what they're little clip things for. That's cool. That's cool.
You almost want like a cork board or something you could clip it to. I think for mapping out a tournament or a campaign that you're ongoing playing, and just you have little, I don't know, coloured dots you put on or something to symbolise who's got what.
I think we should do a video just building worlds, see what we can come up with for them, because I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, I love the idea of the dystopian wars, but I'm thinking for a venue, you could have a shit on map on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would do an in-store
campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. LORESCAPE, check them out.
Yeah. That was cool. I look forward to using that in a campaign that we'll put together for something.
Yeah,
I think you said something about dystopian wars
Yeah, so
I think an AOS maybe. You could do
so he sent us
AOS.
the islands and naval area, and he said, "Oh yeah, this is I've never." Most people are saying, "Oh, can I have the lava fields?" And which is fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love dystopian wars, and I think that if you can do a campaign with that, that might be really cool.
Yeah.
Because then you can control the islands and use armoured clash to fight for the islands. This might be next year, to be totally honest with you, because we need armoured clash to come out, blah, blah, blah. But I think that there's something really to be said for this LORESCAPE. I think it's going to be something really interesting. So you generally should check them out. Yeah. They've not paid us. Obviously, you sent the stuff for free. Thanks ever so much, guys. We will use it. Anyone out there wants to send us anything for free, by the way, we will use it. So I know there's plenty of places where they get all the stuff sent and never use it. I guarantee to you we will use it.
Maybe not straight away, but we will use it.
But we have used everything we've ever been sent, we've used. Even down to like TT's Combat Centre's building, and that appeared in some of our very early Sparta reports. So if you want to send us stuff, get in contact below. We're always happy to give an honest and open opinion. We won't accept money currently to... Well,
I see what you're saying. I'll accept any money anyone's willing to send me, but
not to change your opinion on something, like, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm getting at is, anyway, if you want to pay us a bribe, we'll tell you your stuff's here. That's it. No, basically, if you want to send us the stuff, we'll do you a video but it'll be an honest opinion. So if your product's shit, don't bother sending it, basically, because I will probably say that.
We never got sent anything ever again.
Anyway.
So any more shout outs then?
No.
So I've got one. I've got a couple actually. So first thing, I'm going to shout out to Highstone Steve again, because he liked one of my Instagram posts and I got a little bit starstruck again.
If he's going to ChillCon, my God.
Yeah.
Are you going to dart him again?
Yeah.
In the toilet?
Yeah. I painted, he liked my mouse trains. And
oh, that's nice. No, he's a lovely bloke.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, really nice guy.
But,
I suppose that's an interesting segue. One other thing we should mention before we close. We are going to ChillCon.
We are going to ChillCon.
In 2025, which is the 22nd, Saturday the 22nd of March in 2025. I've even got the official banner we can put across now, because we're going as a trader.
It's going to be more work for him, so.
No, basically. So basically, ChillCon's kind of like our check of growth, I suppose. Because the first ChillCon was me and Rob stood there with a plaggy table with a game on it, which we ended up giving to a lad because he won a raffle, and then he had to take it home on the bus, so God knows what happened to him. Next time we took Drop Zone and Joe and did painting and Drop Zone demo games and sold a little bit of stuff, which is great. And this time round we've got an 18-foot corner retail space, so the bunker's going to be there in full force. If we sell it, we're taking it, and it's going to be on racks, and it's going to be there at a special ChillCon price. Joe's going to be there with his painting, so you can come and paint for free with Joe. Try at the Two Thin Coats paint range, and we're going to really sort of do that. Not off the press. My wife's going, so my Joe's going, and she's going to be running the till for us. So if you'd like to go and say hi and say, how do you put up with this? Or, more importantly, buy lots of stuff, and then she'll really think this is great.
Yeah.
But if you want to spend...
This is where we sell nothing.
No, but if you want to spend like 600-700 quid, just speak to me first, and then we'll just keep it so she doesn't see it.
So you want us... You hurt my brain.
No, so basically we're going as a full team, aren't we?
Yes.
What we're saying.
Yeah. So we're going to have 2 demo games?
Yeah, so they said, how much space do you want? And I was like, well, what's 18 foot seems okay, because that's, to me, that's 4. So it'll be 2 racks, table, 2 racks, table, or maybe 2 racks on the outside, 2 tables, and then we'll put a demo game or 2 in front. Because we need the table space, so obviously Joe's got somewhere to man the actual till card machine, keep the money, basically do all the organisation. And she's promised me that what they're taking is they aren't going to go via the handbag shop.
Yeah, you're screwed on the way home, mate.
Yeah, this is what I'm concerned. Like, if somebody comes up and goes, Tommy, there's 500 quid worth of models or something, I'll just be like, oh, God. But if you want to spend 500 quid, that'd be great. You know what I mean? we'll sort you out.
We'll give you a free mug.
Yes, you can have a free mug.
Hold on, I'll get the bunker over.
Yeah.
There you go. Look,
Yeah,
free mug.
you get a free mug. But we do. So if you are thinking about ChillCon, and the tipping point is, we love it. So it's good fun. There's demo games. Obviously, you buy things from us. We're not going to twist your arm up your back to spend money with us, but we do special offers. There'll be merchandise like mugs, pens, stickers.
Yeah.
Kids can all have a free sticker. And we're thinking...
Everyone can have a free sticker.
Everyone can have a sticker.
We don't have to be a child.
We don't give things out to children randomly in the street either. So if we're thinking the games may be... I don't know.
Oh, I think we were thinking Dead Man's Hand.
Dead Man's Hand because it's cool and it's cowboys. And who doesn't like cowboys, let's be honest.
Yeah. But we're not sure on the next one.
Maybe something like Gaslands or Stargrave. Something... I don't know.
It needs to be quite small.
Yeah, it needs to be a manageable game, that's the thing.
Yeah. We'll have a think. I'd quite like to do an iOS Spearhead, to be honest, now. But we haven't got a GW account, so there's no point in that.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So obviously, the idea is we treat ChillCon as an opportunity to get the games out there a bit so that we can say, do you want to actually try this game that you might have heard of, but no one in your local area or thing might currently not play it because it's not 40k? And we say, hey, have a go at this. And oh my God, me and my mate really... It happened last year, didn't it?
Yeah.
There was two lads who came along, they were like, oh, it's only 40k now. They love Drop Zone so much, they bought a starter set. And then they've since then bought more stuff off us and they play it together, which is great. And it's like, you know what? If you like it, play it. So the whole idea is that Dead Man's Hand's really popular.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised with Dead Man's Hand. You want to try it. If you've not had a look at it, have a look at it. I think Stargrave could be another one.
I just don't know how much room that needs
to
be effective.
I don't know anything about Stargrave. The issue with Gaslands is that it's quite massive, isn't it?
Yeah, you need a fairly big area to play.
Big area.
I'm thinking something like Rumble Slam or something like that.
Rumble Slam. That'd be quite fun. Because you just need a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Which we've got.
Yeah.
But there you go. So anyway, we're going to be at ChillCon and we're there in full force this time. So, watch this space.
But yeah, that's about it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, competition, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
For frick's sake.
Right, yeah.
So, again, wrapping up. Next competition. We're going to open this up to everybody to find this time. I'm looking at you.
You want to enter this? How do I enter it? Fuck knows.
So, very similar to last time.
Right.
But you're going to go on our Discord.
Oh, okay.
Bunker Discord.
Yeah.
And on there's a Bunker Comps.
Yes.
I don't know what you call them. Page, link, tab, server. Again,
I can't remember what it's
so
called.
professional. What are they called? This is great podcasting, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Is it a server?
Bunker Welcomes. Channel. So there's channels. Let's make a channel. So I
think we've got one.
Yeah, but I think we should just fresh start. We'll make a channel for people to go to.
Okay.
So let's make podcast competitions.
But it's not just a podcast because you're putting this on YouTube.
BunkerCast competitions.
BunkerCast competitions.
I'll make it now while you're telling the people.
So delete the old one because we've got a Bunker Comps.
BunkerCast.
So then we'll get.
Let's just call
really
it BunkerCast.
I'd go with Comps. We'll just use the Bunker Comps one. Cry out loud. Jesus. Right. Don't you delete it?
I'm not deleting it. I'm not like that. Create a channel.
Why are you creating a new one?
I deleted the last one by mistake. Bunker Comps.
If anyone wants to be the new host, please apply.
Right, there is now a Bunker Comps channel.
There always was.
Well, I accidentally deleted it and then remade it.
Okay.
So
starting again.
Yeah.
Go to our Discord. Notes below. Go to Bunker Comps. Is that what you called it?
Yes.
Cool. I survived episode 2. And again, your favourite game. Maybe a hint of what you'd like as well. I survived episode 2. I love Dead Man's Hand. Hint, hint.
I need a general purpose wagon.
Yeah. Thank you, because I couldn't think of anything then. Something along those lines. I survived. Game you like. Something you might want.
You ain't getting a copy of Skaven Tard.
You're not. Yeah. Something reasonable.
Not yet, anyway. So, but yeah, head over to the Discord, and to be fair, join the Discord anyway, because it's a lovely group of people. We picked up a couple of people from the last podcast, and we're just growing. We're just steadily growing, and it's growing off the back of the fact that everyone's decent and fun, and we do things for the right reason, I think, which is the main point, isn't it? Let's be honest. So there we go.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
Thank you, everybody, to those at home who are listening while painting along, who have watched us on YouTube, and who continue to support us. It's a really nice that we've actually got to the stage of bringing out episode 2 because people wanted it, which was quite nice. So yeah, do make sure you take part in the competition. Do join the Discord and join, and you can also interact with us a bit more as well.
Again, no one emailed us saying share my mother's cookie recipe or anything like that, so a bit sad about that.
Yeah.
Collect cookies.
Join us. I think Discord's the way, isn't it? Join us on Discord. And all the other people you've seen in the games are also on the Discord as well. Just watch out for Leo, is all I'll say. But until next time, this is BunkerCast episode 2 signing off.
Back to, again, the Gallo MDK. Get in contact so we can send you something for Drop Zone. Not Drop Zone, Dead Zone.
Yes.
I hope he said Dead Zone. Whatever you wanted, we'll find it, don't worry.
But basically, happy hobbying.